What's up and welcome to another YouTube video. My name is Eddie and I am still addicted to Marvel Snap, and it's a new season of Marvel Snap, which means we got new variants added into the game. We're not going to waste any time. Let's jump right into it and let's talk about the 14 new variants that have been added. So let's jump right over here. I'm using the Marvel Snap Zone website to tell you guys real quickly about the season pass, and then we're going to use the Snap.fan one to look at the the actual variant. So as you guys can see, we got the new season with Nebula, the variant of Nebula, a variant of Gamora, what's wrong with me, and Star-Lord. Obviously, everything here, fantastic new season so far. It's only been a couple days, but I'm already loving everything about it. As we just talked about, those are the cards and the variants, and of course, the weekly releases that are coming to the game. We got Iron Lad next Monday, Howard the Duck after that, High Evolutionary, and then at the end of the month, we're getting the Living Tribunal. But if you guys keep scrolling down over here, you will see they show 3 over here, and then here, if you guys see it in the app on your phone too, they do the same thing. They list over here Nova, Thanos, Nebula, all of these characters that are getting variants and what kind of variants they are, right? So Adi Granov, and it's an ultimate variant. They're all here, but there's no pictures of them on the website here, and even within the app, when you look at the Marvel Snap update, they just list them, but they don't show you what they look like. So I went ahead and I found all of them, and we're going to look at all of them one by one. So, first up over here, we got Nova from Adi Granov, and it's an ultimate variant, which means this is going to be a 5,000 token variant. So let's jump right into it. Voila, this is the Nova variant. Now, I'm going to say I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I'm not a fan of the 5,000 tokens overall, like, variants. Like, I'm not a fan of that idea. But this is a great one. I think this is a fantastic Nova variant. It makes him look really cool, very epic. I don't know if the goal of this is to make him seem really tall. Like, I don't know if there's a lore story behind Nova being a giant or something. But that's kind of the idea I get from looking at this one. So this is going to be a 5,000 token variant. So, by the way, before I forget, make sure to comment below as we go through this which one of the variants you guys like the most. And make sure to give the video a thumbs up. I'm a bit late to posting this video, so if we want more people to see this and see all the new variants, the more thumbs up this video gets, the more the algorithm of YouTube is going to help us spread the love of Marvel Snap variants across YouTube. And subscribe, because I always post videos talking about Marvel Snap variants. So if you guys like talking variants, I usually rank them from worst to best. There's a whole playlist on my channel as well, so you guys can check that out. All right, so that's Nova, everybody. 5,000 token. Next up, we got Thanos. It's a Flaviano variant, and this one's ultimate as well. So the Thanos one, there it is. Now, I've talked about this in the past because I have done a variant ranking of Thanos, and I'm very excited about this variant. Kind of heartbroken that it's the ultimate variant, but 5,000 token. But I'm gonna say, from all the ones we see here of Thanos, this is the one that to me makes the most sense being a 5,000 token variant, as in, like, it's one of the best one. I think it's probably the best Marvel Thanos variant as well. Fantastic one. I really think this is a awesome one. Makes him look really cool, very epic. Love the red background, right? Like, it makes it look so much more like scary to have Thanos there. Fantastic. And Thanos is one of my favorite metas overall to play in Marvel Snap. So this is another one that's going to be 5,000. Next up, we got Nebula, Scotty Young, which is normally the baby variant. So we'll see if that's the same case here. And this is going to be a super rare, which is 1,200 gold variant. So let's go. Where did I put Nebula? There she is. Voila. It is. So this is the baby variant of Nebula. I really like this one. So far, we're 3 for 3 on good variants, in my opinion. This one's going to be 1,200 gold. I do think it's a fantastic 1,200 gold variant, because the baby ones normally do a good job of making the character look cute, but then nothing else is happening on the card. This card is full, right? We got, look at all of that, all the planets, the little ship she's on with the laser gun. Fantastic. Lots going on in the card, and it's very good, and it still focuses on Nebula. One of my favorite baby variants instantly, in my opinion. Fantastic variant. I can't wait to get this one. Also, Nebula as a whole so far, I think she's top tier 1-cost card, in my opinion, so far. She's fantastic. Fits into a lot of different decks. Next, we got Iron Lad, Eduardo Francisco, a super rare. So that's also 1,200 gold. So let's jump. There it is. Eduardo Francisco, Iron Lad. Not a big fan of this one, to be quite honest. I don't think it's bad. I think the background is epic. I think the suit is awesome. Not a fan of the face. Not a fan of the face over here. If you look at the other ones over here, yeah, I definitely think this one is my least favorite of the 4 variants of Iron Lad. The card's not even in the game yet, but they've obviously just already added the variant, which means that once the card gets added, this will be one of the first variants you'll be able to find for it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think I would personally ever spend 1,200 gold on this one. I think the base one is actually way cooler. Even though this one's you know what? The background of this one's really cool. I really love the way they have the city out of focus. I think it's really cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Something about it just feels a little off for me. So I'm not a big fan of this one. Nothing against the artist. I'm just not a fan of the face setup for this one. Next up, we got Rocket Raccoon, Scotty Young, super rare, which means 1,200 gold. Rocket Raccoon, this basically means it's a baby variant from Scotty Young once again. Yeah, looks like a baby variant for sure. Pretty cool. I've always talked about how I feel like the Rocket variants are always a little hit or miss, and I think this is one of the good ones, right? Like, if I look at this, oh dear God, the pixel. That's a bad one right there. The Rocket ones over here are pretty cool. The Trash Pandas coming at the end of the season, at the end of this month as a bundle as well. Yeah, you know what? I do like this one. Is it worth 1,200 gold? I mean, that's obviously up to every person, but I think Rocket has some really good ones for 700 and the bundle one. So I think this is one of the least popular, but it is a good one. I wish it was 700 gold because I feel like it would be more valuable at 700, but it's not a bad 1,200 gold one in my opinion. Not much going on with the background, but Rocket looks really cool, and I really like Rocket as a character overall, even in the game. Howard the Duck Noir as a rare. So this is 700 gold, which is very exciting because that's a bit cheaper. There he is. Now, I've talked about this a couple times in the past. I am very excited to get Howard the Duck. I don't think he's going to be meta defining. I don't think he's going to be the best card in the game. I just really like the character of Howard the Duck. So I'm really hoping that when he comes out, he works out the way I want him to. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And this Noir is awesome. I think Howard has some of the best variants already. And I think this one is just top tier. And it's 700 gold. So this is going to be a must buy in my opinion because it's one of the cheaper ones you can get. So fantastic. Big thumbs up on my opinion for that one. Next up, we got Thor, Peach Momoko. That is very exciting. Where is Thor? I have him. There he is. Peach Momoko. I love it. I've talked about this in the past. I think Peach Momoko is another one of the artists that has like non-stop excellent variants, and this is just another one that works for me. I love it, man. The Thor one, the Mystique one, Peach Momoko just always kills it with their simplistic and clean variants, and they look good. Yes, the white background, kind of boring, but I mean, there's so much going on around Thor that makes it really cool, and I just love how they draw them, right? Like, I love the art style of Thor of this, and Peach Momoko in general. And this one, sorry, is a super rare, so it's gonna be 1,200 gold. Is it worth the 1,200 gold? I mean, Thor has a lot of fantastic variants, as you guys can see here. So I don't think it's not worth it. I just think that obviously there's a lot of competition on Thor's variants, which is very exciting in my opinion. Next up, we got High Evolutionary Dan Hip. So there he is. Oh, sorry. And this one's going to be a rare one, which is 700 gold. You guys know me. You know my love for Dan Hip. He's been #1 in my rankings in the past for a couple of the other characters. However, not the biggest fan of the High Evolutionary. And the main reason why is because I feel like High Evolutionary, as you guys can see with the other two variants, has a lot of detail to the card, a lot of details to the character. And I think Dan Hip's style of simplifying everything takes away a bit too much from High Evolutionary for me. Background's a little bland, lots of color, which is really cool. I do love the coloring of Dan Hip. And again, I don't think it's a bad one. I just think that for High Evolutionary specifically, I like the character to have a little bit more detail to all the stuff that's on the card. And this one is just a simplified version, which is not necessarily my favorite, but I still think it's a good one, right? If you look at this one, way more detail on this one, and even the base card has a lot on it too. So that's kind of my opinion on that one. I still think it's great. I still think it's 700 gold is worth it, and if I get it in a box, I'll be very happy. We're more than halfway through. Next up is Yondu. This one is Alex Garner, and it's a super rare, which means it's going to be 1,200 gold. There it is. Now, I'm going to say instantly, I'm not a fan of this style, right? I think I've talked about this in the past. I think Alex Garner's style is not for me. Don't love the realism aspect of it. I also don't know, is this supposed to be like Yondu and Kraglin? Is that what this is? I see. I don't even know the lore between the reason there's two characters on this. I don't hate it. I just don't love this one, but I know I know there's a lot of people who talk to me in my Discord about this too, that people are going to adore this one. Just not for me. What do you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we got Mantis Empire 700 gold. This is awesome. For 700 gold, this is fantastic. I think Mantis has had generally some good and bad ones. Like, I think the Dan Hip one's pretty bad in this one, but the other ones are pretty good, right? Like, this one over here, the Kale one is excellent. This is another one of the excellent one. I would love to have this one in my collection. And I think, did I say 700? I already forgot. What did I say? 700 gold. Yeah, this is an insta buy in my opinion, and I'd be super excited to pull this in a box. I think this is a fantastic variant. Must own. And Mantis, I mean, she doesn't get enough love. She's not the best card. I feel like you can, with Nebula and the Guardians getting a bit more approach and like playable aspect to it, I think Mantis is going to get more playable, and getting a variant for her would be very exciting. Next up, we got two from Baron Mordo. So I'm going to see here. We got Baron Mordo 3099, which is a super rare, and then Baron Mordo Venomized, which is also super rare. So both next Baron Mordo ones are 1200 gold. So let's jump right into it. There's the Venomized one first. Come on. This is so good. I talked to them in the past how I've never been a big fan of the Venom ones because they make the cards messy. This is so clean, and look at how cool Baron Mordo looks with this. If I had this variant, I would play Baron Mordo all the time just to play this card, because this card looks awesome. With the purple border, oh man, it's going to look fantastic with that purple background. Bland background with just the purple, but I think the card himself looks fantastic. For 1200 gold, excellent. Then we got the 3099 one. This one is also really good, but I'm more a fan of the Venom one over the 3099 one, but this is not a bad one at all. If I only could pick one, I'd pick the Venomized one, but if the Venom one wasn't there, this is a must-own in my opinion too. Fantastic one. Like Baron Mordo, man, he has some really good ones actually now that I look at it. Really good variants, and this is just adds to it. I think it's a good one. Not my personal favorite style, right? The 3099 is not always my type, but I think it's a good one anyways. Next up, we got, what, two left. Super Scroll Scotty Young, which means it's the baby one, 700 gold. There is Baby Super Scroll. I like it a lot. The background, man, it's just a plain background. Just the green is unfortunate, but everything else, right? Like the Spider-Man hand over here, the Thing hand, everything about him, right? Like the Captain America, the Wolverine, the Iron Man, everything about it is excellent. He's like morphed into a bunch of different characters, as obviously the base card here as well. Oh man, I've never seen the Chibi one. The Chibi one's really cool. Sorry for the distraction. He has some fantastic variants, guys. Look at that. This is just another one, and for 700 gold, honestly, a fantastic card. I think Super Scroll right now also getting a lot, being played a lot more. People are going to want more variants. I think getting the baby one is a must in my opinion. Fantastic card once again. Man, this 14 new variants so far, I would say, have all been stellar. I'm very happy with this batch of release this time. The last one we're going to look at is the Living Tribunal from Flaviano, super rare, which is 1200 gold. So let's jump right into it. This is the last one of the day. Excellent. Excellent. I love Flaviano's variants. I've talked about this in the past, which, by the way, they did update Living Tribunal. He's now a 6'6", not a 6'4", so they gave him a bit of a buff here, which is very exciting. Card isn't even out yet, and they've already updated him. He is an ongoing, split your total power evenly among all cards, so it's going to be very, going to be very exciting to see once he's in the game how he's going to be played. But this is an excellent variant. I mean, look at how incredible this looks. I can't wait to see what this is going to look like even when it's animated. This is going to add so much to the card. And I think Living Tribunal overall has some of the best variants you can see. We're going to talk about that in the future, obviously. But this is just top tier, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I'm a big fan of Flaviano. And that, everybody, are the 14 new variants that got added this week to Marvel Snap using through the season pass, basically, is what I was trying to say. So, as always, if you guys like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, because we're going to continue talking Marvel Snap variants every 2 days, 2 to 3 days. We post a video. When the new mid-season patch comes out, there's going to be more variants added to the game, which we're going to do another video like this one, talking about all the variants that get added to the game. So, big fan of Marvel Snap variants? This is the place to be. Subscribe, give a video a thumbs up, and comment below which of the 14 cards are you most excited to purchase with your hard-earned cash. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.